Fatherhood and football, it is unlike any other industry. So just talk us through some of your experiences. We'll start with you, Liam, because I know during the promotion season you had an experience involving the manager Marcelo Bielsa.
Obviously we was going through a bit of a tricky time at the moment. We'd lost a few games, and obviously coming after the game, and the missus had said she'd rushed into hospital with the little man. I think he was only a couple of weeks old at the time. Obviously this was before obviously COVID and all things like that. And just said she'd rushed in, and straight away I knew the club took a medical car to every game, so I shot straight back in the medical car. Obviously we had just been beat, but I think all that sort of goes out the window when it hits home and to your family. You forget about football for those moments, and yeah, I flew back in the car, and the doctor had obviously said he'd had bronchitis, severe batch of it, and they put him in the ICU for a little bit. So me and the missus stayed there for a couple of nights. I think in the morning I'd had a message from sort of Marcelo's coaches just to saying that he'd like to come and see the little one and sort of pay his respects as sort. And he turned up. We didn't really say much. I just said hello and obviously thanked him for being there. Like I said, he didn't really have to do that. He wanted to do that, and I think that tells you everything you need to know about the man. And I think he said a little prayer at the side of my little man's bed. Yeah, not everybody sees that side of football and that side of sort of parenthood in the game. And I think we all know. I think if everyone lives like me, it's family before everything, and that's the way it was. And the club was so understanding with the situation. And yeah, it's obviously the little man got better after a few days being with the doctors and in ICU. And the club had asked me if I wanted to play, and it was always going to be a yes from me, like, you know what I mean. And
again, they are things that you don't see. We just come off the back of a disappointing result, and then you come off the pitch to news like that. It's, you know, everything sort of just goes out the window. But I think it speaks volumes for Liam, the type of guy he is as well, that he was there a few days later till obviously score an important goal, which probably did turn our season around. Obviously, the industry we're in, you don't get a lot of time off. Look, we know what we're getting ourselves into, and it can be difficult. You miss a lot of things with the kids, but that's just part and parcel of the game. You've got to get on with it. I know at the start certainly when Marcelo came in here, I think me personally, my wife was pregnant at the time, and I only lived 20 minutes from a training ground, and that was at the time where he had first come in, so we were going to the hotel and staying in between sessions and stuff. And to be fair, I found that hard at the start. I remember speaking to you about it, and because I wasn't allowed to go home to be with my wife because she was here by herself and no family here. So I found being only 20 minutes down the road for a couple of hours was, it was hard because I wanted to be at home. She was heavily pregnant, and sort of to help her for the few hours that I could. But obviously the manager, Marcelo, wanted us to be in the best possible condition when we would come back for the second session. So getting your head around that was quite difficult as well. But obviously in the end we reaped the rewards for it.
My first was born in sort of the Marcelo era, but I was lucky because that was in the off season, so I got a couple of weeks. Obviously to help the missus and be there for it, because it's a stressful time in life, innit? And obviously get the baby blues and things like that. Obviously my little man, the second one, he's born in January, so it was sort of get yourself there and then straight back to training.
I've got 2 kids, so my wife gives birth, I have paternity leave, a few weeks at home. It's so different for footballers.
Yeah, one day I got. He was born and I was in the next day, so that's, again, it's just part of the game. But yeah, listen, we don't have the luxury of having 2 or 3 weeks off.
I've been very fortunate, Stu not so much, but I've got a lot of family around myself, you know what I mean, and there's family there to help out. It's so difficult for the lads who are obviously away from home, and that's when being at a club such as Leeds, and I think everyone tries to help you and put you in the right direction. And
especially over the last couple of years when I've been injured, it's been a difficult period, and it's been challenging at times with the kids not being able. Certainly at the start when I went through the operation and I wasn't able to do anything at the time with the kids, but they bring so much joy and happiness to us. So we're here to represent them as well.
Are they your biggest supporters?
Yeah, of course. I think they know more about football probably than what I do. So.